Hi, my name is Pratima and I'm an educator at MISJ. I'll just give you a small reference point here. I think 2 or 3 years ago there was a Harvard Business Review, and during that review they interviewed 1,000 leaders, and after interviewing them they found that 91% of them agreed that one of the most important qualities a leader should have is compassion. However, 80% of them said that they aspire to become more compassionate, but right now they don't know how to embrace it. And I think where teaching comes in, it's 90% just compassion. Like if you come without compassion on board, then I do not think that your students can ever connect with you. So when I was in school, especially in high school, I had this amazing teacher who really inspired me a lot. She was the most admirable woman that she was like my role model when I was growing up. So I wanted to be a teacher then. But then what happened is that I went on to college and I forgot about the whole teaching thing because I thought that there are so many opportunities, so many good things that we can take up. So I did my graduation in economics honors, and then I went on to do my MBA. And I also worked as a content creator for around 7 years. And it was after 7 years that I got married and I moved to Delhi. And that's when I had an opportunity to reflect back and once again look for an occupation, that would help me to add more meaning. It would be more purposeful, and also at the same time it would allow a good work-life balance. When you're a content creator working virtually, you lose the real connect with people, like real people, because you're more after the likes and how many visitors have come to your website, how many people have watched your video, how many people have left comments. But so many of them you're not able to really connect with in real life. So there may be thousands of followers, but what's the real connect rate? So in a class, I have 23 kids, and over a span of 1 year, I'm able to make real bonds and real connections with all 23 of them. So that's the big deal, I think. It's like when I was a child, I was an average student, and I never did well with my studies. And I always thought that, I don't have any talent, like I'm not like the other kids. But there were my teachers who put me into extracurricular activities, they put me into theatre, they put me into drama, they put me into debates and dramatics, and they helped me discover who I am. So I was the best debater in my school when I left my school, when I graduated. I was into all the plays, whatever plays ever took place in my school, I was part of them. And that gave me the confidence to do so many other things in life. So I always recall how important role my teachers played in me becoming what I am and discovering the person who I am. So I think there are 2 basic reasons why you should become a teacher. So the first reason is that it really helps. It's one of the professions right at the top that lets you maintain a very good work-life balance. Like you have plenty of holidays in a year where you can actually invest in your own self, in your own personal development. You can go out hiking, you can go out swimming, you can do painting, you can pursue your hobbies like music or so many other things that we want, which we yearn for our personal development. So I think it allows you time for personal development and not just professional development. So that's the first reason. I think second reason is that we all are looking for some challenge in our life. We don't want a profession that is boring or that is redundant or that doesn't excite us every day because and teaching is something which has evolved so much over the past years that when I was a kid we had books and our teachers would just open the book and we would read chapters and that was the end of education. And I think that's one of the biggest discouraging factors why so many of us don't want to be teachers, because it's the same book that has to be taught for like 20 years, right? But now, especially in IB, there are no books. So it's like a challenge every day. The students study different things every day. So yeah, so I think I'm a really creative person, and I like to do lots of things that are either idealistic or that are creative. So whenever I have the free time, it's either going to be a mountain trek. I love going to the high mountains and climbing to summits and spending time in the snow and going above the snow line to trek. And I also love dot painting. That is something I just recently learned in Indonesia. It's an Indonesian art. So I love doing dot painting. I've done quite a number of things. And also I just love cooking. So whenever I get the time, that's kind of my time. I think I'll always be in the kitchen and I'll always be rustling some new dish that looks good and tastes good. So I'll always be rustling something up in the kitchen. So these things, I don't think my husband, who's a consultant, would get the time to do, because he works from like 7 in the morning to 10 in the night. But if I compare myself with him, then I definitely fare better, because I can invest, like personal development, I can give time to that. My name is Pratima and I'm an educator.